want to send a family member to take a photo of it, this one has the recital cover, this one has the program with your child's name on it, okay? I'll put it up here. I think we're going to generate a live stream too, so I'll let you know on that.
Nice job, man. Yeah, that was great. I like that. I like that.
Right over here is the cover of the program. Over here is the actual program. Over here we have two QR codes. One is the left is the cover, and the one on the right is the actual program. I had the wrong QR code out there. Sorry, people. This one's the one with your children's name. Or maybe one of your students can have a location. How did you find that one? Oh, okay. So either can change. Well, whatever. We can find a borrow book or something. Yeah. Why don't you look around? 1A. We want to see. I'm sure there's 1A. Yeah. I can do that for me. Thank you. Don't worry. Just to let you know before we start, this is Shalom here. Now Shalom has been helping, his family is the one who helped us get this church together and helped us organize this. He's also organizing all the live streams and all that. So he has, if you would like to have any of your family members at home watch our recital along with us, he's going to give you the live stream to this next coming recital. So he's going to walk up and down the hallways. You want to take a QR code of it, take a shot of that so you can share it. He'll be glad to share that with you. And then we'll also have it up here.
At 1 o'clock, there's only besides 16.
All right, never mind. Okay, never mind. We'll move on. Hello, everybody. We're about ready to begin our recital. And let me put this away here. I want to thank you all for spending your afternoon with us. Today's a special day for all of our recitalists and our music school because this is like I wouldn't say it's like a test, but what it is, it's an experience that you just cannot get in the classroom, and that is performance. And that is everything that's something that musicians should do every now and then. And so that way they get the experience and they feel that anxiety to perform. Also work hard and prepare to perform. And I would imagine, just like all our students, they've been practicing a little more lately because they have a recital coming up. So that always inspires them as well. But I would like to let the students know, the recitalists know, that even though you're a little nervous, we're all a little nervous. Being nervous is part of being a performer. If you're not nervous, then you're probably a robot. But that's part of the human emotion, is to be nervous anytime you're being presented in front of people. Okay, but the fact is, this is a message to all the recitalists. You being here is the accomplishment. You coming up here playing in front of an audience is the accomplishment. And so, if you happen to play a perfect piece, well, that's the cherry on top. That is the ultimate accomplishment. If you make a mistake, it's no big deal. We're all here to support you. So don't worry if there's a mistake or something happens in your performance, because, like I said, you just being up here, it has made us proud of all of you. So relax. Don't make, if there's any issues, it's not a big deal. It's not the end of the day. And so we're still going to be proud of you either way. Okay. A couple things to note. There is a bathroom outside, out to the left. Also, we have, if you don't have it yet, we have the programs outside. There's a cover, and then there's a program, and there's also a live stream if you want to share that with anybody around anywhere. Earlier today, we had audience members all the way from India, and so some of the grandmothers watched Shalom, who you saw earlier. Grandma from India watched her grandson live on perform and do a great thing. As far as, do me a favor, Varun, that seat's saved for recital, for pictures. And so can you find another seat maybe? And so, because I have a seat, I should have told you, I'm sorry. You can sit in the front, but whatever. But I saved this one seat just for video. Anybody who wants to take a video, take a camera, I have that one seat for you so you can get a great view. Feel free to come up and do it. It's not going to bother us, okay? These videos and these moments are special moments in your family. And so it doesn't bother us that you take a video right from there and get a good close up. And you'll be able to keep for the rest of forever. Okay. I forgot to introduce myself. My name's Darrell Leffler. I'm the boss. Some of my students are here, but mainly most of the students are from Miss Gina and Miss Dana. Miss Dana is one of our newest teachers. She's been with us for about a year and a half. She came in and interviewed for the job, I'd say, when we first met. And from the moment I met her, I liked her. She just had this, as you probably know, she has this bubbly personality about her, very positive and very reinforcing. And in the first 3 minutes, I knew I'd like to invite her to join us. And so Dana, thank you. You impressed me in the first 3 minutes. Thank you, Dana. Now, Miss Gina. Gina, why don't you stand up too so everybody knows who Miss Gina is, all her students. Now, Gina, like many of our teachers, studied with me when she was about your child's age. Okay, she grew up in our music school, and I was so proud of her, and she just stayed with me. And then what I did was, just like we do in a lot of our classes, I was teaching her how to teach some of my students, and now she is one of our most popular teachers. Thank you, Gina. I'm so proud of our staff. We have probably I'd say about 3 or 4 old dogs like me. We've been around for a long time. We all university trained, and that's kind of like how we've modeled our music school. Is what your children are learning is basically what they teach in the universities. So that's about 4 of us. I have a dozen teachers, and that means about 8 or 9 of them all used to be children themselves. They grew up in our music school, and one thing I love about this batch of teachers and former students is they're very loyal to our music school. They know our music school well. They've grown up learning how to play music through our process. They know it well, and they're very, very loyal. When you're with a mentor for so many years, you almost become like a father figure to them. And so because of that, I still have these great relationships with my former students, and to me, they're almost like my children, And so you'll see, a lot of our teachers are that way, and so I'm very proud of our staff, and because of that is why we're really successful in both music schools, the Milpitas one and the San Jose. Okay, enough bragging about our teachers. It's time to start our music recital. Now, I understand Noah doesn't have her recital pieces yet, so we're going to start with Courtney. Where's Courtney? Is Courtney in the house? Hey, Courtney! Listen, before you come up, Courtney is the most important recitalist in this room. Did you know why, Courtney? The reason why is because if you don't start the recital, we just don't start. Courtney, come on up to the piano! Courtney's going to play Jolly Old St. Nicholas. You're going to play on that piano over there. The big one. Now we're going to bring our next recitals. We have Mr. Rithvik going to come up playing for you, We Three Kings and the Snow Lay on the Ground. up, and Kiwi's going to play The Snow Lay on the Ground. Ooh, Kiwi's got her own fan club. Now our next performer, we have Kyra gonna play for you Joy to the World, and we wish you a Merry Christmas. Kyra in the house. There she is. Thank you. Now we have Ethan. Ethan's going to play for you. Let's bring Ethan to the piano. Is Ethan here?
That's you.
Oh, there's Ethan. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Start all over.
Huh?
Start all over. What the heck? Yes. up. Kai's gonna play for you. Oh, where's Kai at? Is Kai in the room? There's Kai! All right. We're gonna play Away in the Manger.
This one first?
Yeah, let's do Away in the Manger first. Our next performer, we have Kavya. Kavya, is Kavya, where's Kavya? Oh, come on, great, perfect. I loved how that note just faded away. We were all keeping us all on the edge of our seat. We're going to bring up Elena, and Elena's going to perform for us. Let's bring Elena to the piano. Hey, Elena, how are you? perform for you. Shift a little bit in our program, and we brought in some of the ringers, okay? And the reason why is because we want your students, and of you, of course, to hear what a dedication and practice does and where it gets you. And so these next set of recitalists are more of our more advanced students. And we're going to bring up our first one is Shalom. You met him a little earlier. He's going to play two pieces from you. He's going to play Let It Snow, and he just debuted his composition at our first recital about 2 hours ago. So you'll be the third one to hear his song and his piece that's dedicated. He'll tell you a little bit about it. But Shalom, let it snow, let it snow. next one. Don't forget Rhea. I will get you up here. And did Noah get her book? I know Noah's going to start us off. Did she ever get her book, Gina? No, okay, that's okay. Rhea, you're going to be after this, okay? So we didn't forget about you, okay? All right, Shalom's going to tell you a little bit about his song.
So, after school one day, it was raining, there was a cool breeze, and I was thinking, this is November, man, I wish Christmas was here already. And I was also thinking about all these Christmas songs, including the one I just played. It's all about the snow during Christmas. And as I was thinking about that, I wrote a song about what it's actually like in California, because quite frankly, we don't get much snow here. So, this is a song I wrote. It's called Let the Rain Fall. And it's about how Christmases are like here in California. Let the rain fall, bring back the cool, refreshing breeze. My arms are stretched out, let it all wash over me. What joy it is to be wonderfully carried out, you know. Can't you see? I feel a Christmas air helping me be carefree. A California cool, welcoming and ushering a Christmas season like the world has ever seen. Snow won't fall, so I know certainly this Christmas, just believe. Let the rain fall, let it bring end to the drought, a Christmas blessing, all Californians know about. Though there's no snow here, Christmas is here to stick around. Can't you feel it in the breeze? I feel a Christmas air helping me be carefree. A California cool, welcoming and ushering a Christmas season like the world has never seen. Snow won't fall, but still I know certainly it's Christmas, just believe. Christmas season like the world has never seen. Snow won't fall, but still I know certainly it's Christmas, just believe. Let the rain fall, though we may try to escape up to the mountains, the snowy regions of the state. But let just believe. Christmas, just believe. A Christmas that's believe.
You heard it for the third time ever. Thank you, Shalom. One thing that we encourage and we do in our music classes, once they get to a certain level of music theory, we actually encourage them to compose and write their own tunes. And so, and we kind of guide them through it. And because once they understand those, the concept, we call it the primary chords, okay? And what we teach our students is if they understand this concept, they've unlocked the secret of music. Now, primary chords means that there's three chords. It's just like primary colors, you know, where how you mix colors to form different colors. Music's very similar, where there are three major chords in most music. It doesn't matter what culture. That's the interesting part. It's a universal thing. It doesn't matter what culture, what style of music. It can be classical music. It can be the blues. It can be rock and roll. It can be hip hop. And maybe not hip hop. But the point is, most of the music has what they call three primary chords. And so the idea is, if you understand what these three primary chords are in the music, then that eliminates all the other chords that are out there. There's hundreds of chords. So the idea is, don't get confused by the hundreds of chords. Look for those three chords. And so pretty soon, many of your children are going to start reaching that concept. Once they start getting what we do is we go through a music theory series where a lot of them are in 1A, the orange book theory. Then they go into the 1B, which is the yellow, or which is the green theory. Once they get that, then they're ready for the next level. And you'll see we'll start giving them manuscript books. Manuscript books is just a blank book of blank sheet music, blank staff music, you know, where they can write their music. And what we do is we customize their lessons specifically for them. So that means if they need a little help on this particular concept, we just keep going over it over and over until they get it, because there's no race. They're children, you know. Now, if they were in college, that's a different story. But they're children. They have a whole lifetime to understand these concepts. But that's what's happening now. So if your child is in that yellow manuscript, or you know, it's a manuscript book, and they're writing out their own chords, they are starting to approach the college levels of music theory. So as parents, that kind of gives you an idea how to gauge their progress as far as music theory. Now, our kids are, their theory is way up here. Their technical abilities are down here. In other words, their brain is way ahead of their hands. Okay, the hands are still trying to catch up to their brains. Eventually, that levels out. And that's when they level out, is when they're ready for the next level. But the idea is to make music, reading, and music easy to understand, and for us teachers, it makes it easier for us to explain, because we can explain so much in a few words. And it gets back to composition. Once they understand these concepts, then we turn it around and have them start composing. So now they're turning the whole thing around, where they've studied and written music all this time. Now it's time for them to start creating their own music. So that kind of gives you a path of where what we want to do with your children. And it just makes the journey so much easier for all of us. And so we want them to be full-fledged musicians. We're going to bring Rhea up to the stage. I apologize, I overlooked her. Where is Rhea? We're going to give her own special applause. Right, Rhea? Thank you, Rhea, for your patience. I'm sorry I overlooked you. Okay, she's going to play the first Noel. Thank you so much. Now we're going to go back to our other face. Now I know this is a little heavy for some of the young students who are in the room, but we're going to kind of give you like a little overall history of what's going on with music, okay? Now, like I told you a little earlier, we teach sort of like the university system. And what that means is understanding the history behind music. And in the piano, keyboard music was starting to really come alive during the Baroque period, 17th century, when they started with the clavichord and the harpsichord, which are the grandfathers of the piano. Now, the biggest composer of that time is Bach, and he is regarded as the essence of what Baroque music is. Now, Baroque music at that time is what they call polyphonic music. Polyphonic music means you got two voices going on at the same time. So it's almost like two singers going at the same time. The reason I bring that up is because our next performer, Varun's going to play a Bach invention. Now, the inventions were written by Bach as a tutorial to his major pieces. His major pieces are the preludes and fugues. Now, the two-part invention means that there's two voices. His fugues has 3 and 4 voices. You only have 2 hands to play 3 and 4 voices, so that kind of gives you an idea of how complicated this style of music is. But this is the first road, the first step getting in that direction. And Varun's going to play for you a 2-part invention by Bach. Let's bring Varun up. Did you hear the 2 voices? He had 2 hands going on at the same time, and that is a perfect example of what we call polyphonic music. Now, the next period of music is the classical period. This is where Beethoven, let's go in order. This is where Joseph Haydn, okay? Joseph Haydn was considered the grandfather of classical music. And then you had Mozart. Mozart's the one who perfected the classical music. And of course, you've all heard of Beethoven. Why is Beethoven famous? It's because he took the rules of the classical period and exploded them. And so he was of the 3, he was the rebellious one. He's the one who didn't like the classical style, and he invented his own style. And because of that, the next century of composers all came after him. The Romantic composers, the Chopins, the Tchaikovskys, the Brahms. And so that's why Beethoven is regarded as one of our greatest composers, is because not what he did for the classical period, but what he did for the Romantic period, the music after him. Now, this is a different texture. The texture we talked about earlier is called polyphonic, meaning that you have 2 voices, and I think you all heard that. This is totally different. It's a little simpler in texture. It's called homophonic music. What that means is Varun's right hand is going to play a nice little melody, and his left hand is going to play harmony. It's just backing it up. You don't have 2 voices clashing with each other or working together. Clashing is not a good word. But you're going to hear a simple melody in a right hand and a accompaniment in the left hand. This is the essence of classical music, and this is how classical music is different from the Baroque music. Varun, he's going to play for you a sonatina by Muzio Clementi. Bravo! Very well done. Did you hear the homophonic music? He had his left hand kind of helping out what the right hand was doing, and you heard a distinct melody. That was the difference between polyphonic music, or homophonic music we just heard, and the polyphonic music. Now, polyphonic music is not too common anymore. Music even today is mostly homophonic, and that was all developed from the classical period. Now, the next period we're going to go into is called the Romantic period. I mentioned it briefly. Now, the biggest difference between the Romantic and the Classical period is the Classical period was very metronomic, meaning it's very even. The Romantic music has a totally different tempo. The tempo is going to speed up, slow down, speed up. They call that tempo rubato. And the next performance we're going to have is called the Sicilian by a lesser-known composer from France. His name is Fauré, but we're going to have Miss Shanna come up and play for you and demonstrate what a romantic piece is and how tempo rubato works. Shanna, come on up. Did you hear the tempo rubato? Totally different from what you heard from Varun play in the classical period. Lots of shading, lots of changing of the tempos, and that's the essence of what romantic music is. We're going to bring another romantic piece up by one of the most famous composers of the romantic period, Frédéric Chopin from Poland. And he is regarded as one of the top composers of this period, and we're going to bring up Naren. Where's Naren at? He's going to play for you the Raindrop Prelude. Raindrop Prelude, because you'll hear little raindrops in this particular piece. now, most of the music you've been hearing, most of the influences of this style of music, the Baroque period, the classical period, the Romantic period, came from Europe, Western Europe, some Eastern Europe countries, but mainly from Germany, from Austria, from Poland. Now we're going to cross the ocean, cross the pond, and come all the way to the United States. Now, the United States is America's contribution to Western music is through jazz, and that's where the birth of jazz came from. Was through New Orleans and New St. Louis and Chicago, and those are the great times of when U.S. and Americans brought their contribution to Western music. And you're about to hear a fabulous piece by Scott Joplin, and this is a ragtime piece. Ragtime is really a kind of an entertaining piece. It was kind of dance music at that time. And so he's going to play for you Scott Joplin's Maple Leaf Rag. Scott Joplin is from Missouri, so that's where a lot of the ragtime music got its roots. And Scott Joplin is considered the ragtime king. So let's hear a little Maple Leaf Rag from Scott Joplin. It's almost like reggae. It's kind of does the same thing to the body. It just makes you want to shake and move to it. Okay. Well, all of you have something, or I should say, I have something all in common with you, and all of you are proud parents, and I myself. And we have Noah is ready to perform. All right, Noah. She has her book. We're going to bring Noah up until before I talk about how proud of a father I am. Come on up, Noah. Christmas song, Jolly Old St. Nicholas. All right. So, anyways, what I was saying, all of you have something in common with me, in that we're very proud parents. And so, the next guest is my son, and he's going to play for you a fantastic piece, which I'm going to talk about. But let me tell you something a little bit about his accomplishments, and this is how many of you can learn from our experience. Okay. Now, Jordan, he went to the Haas Business School at UC Berkeley, which is one of the top business schools in the nation. Very hard to get into. And my other son went to he graduated computer science in UC San Diego, another complicated school to get into. But there was a little formula to get them into these classes. The number one formula was grades. Grades have to be top notch if you're going to get any of these universities. Number two, their music. Okay, because they studied music just like your children. They studied music when they're little boys, all the way through adults, and they still are engaged in music now. And so what that does to admissions is that shows that, oh, this particular person put a whole life into being dedicated to music. I mean, playing what they've accomplished does not happen overnight. It takes years and years and years to get this accomplished. Okay. The third thing, which I think was the capper, was the community service they did. Many of you already know that they started when they were 13, 14 years old, they started a nonprofit organization called the Baseball Buddies Foundation. What they did is they collected baseball gear from the community and then distributed them to underprivileged children all over the world. And they became so popular that their biggest client was the U.S. Air Force. The U.S. Air Force took these two boys in, and they would collect their gear, and they would take their stuff, their gear and their donations, and fly them out to El Salvador, to Peru, to Colombia, to where all these children who don't have any baseball equipment. Their gloves were made out of milk cartons. They would make milk carton gloves. Their ball was never a ball; it was just a piece of tape. So they would bring their stuff over, and so U.S. Air Force was only one client. Boys and Girls and Club of America. They've helped kids all over in the Philippines, Dominican Republic, Haiti, all these wonderful things. And this started when they were 13 and 14 years old. About 3 months ago or so, we did the final shipment to the Air Force, and now Baseball Buddies is no longer working because now they're adults, they're in their careers. But to me, that was the capper, and that's why they were accepted in these great universities, because of four things. It was their grades, number one, their involvement with the piano and music, I should say three things, and their community service. So what I'm telling parents and anybody who's interested is get involved with your community, do things like this, and these are the things that universities like to see if you want to get into that top-notch college. Okay. Now, enough of that. Now we're going to bring up my son, and he's going to play. We talked about Beethoven a little, okay, and he's going to play what they call the Tempest. Do any of the children know what Tempest means? Anybody? Anybody? You know what it means? The storm, exactly. The Tempest is a storm. Now, Beethoven is known for being inspired by nature. So he has a lot of pieces that were very inspirational, and just by walking down a park or something like that, outdoors. He was a very outdoorsy guy. This is where he got a lot of the inspiration to write his music. This is the third movement of the Tempest, and what you'll hear is thunder. You'll hear the pitter and patter of rain. You'll hear how lots of rubato. You'll hear, because the storm is always changing in tempo. You'll hear this in the music. It's a great piece. Also, what's great about Beethoven is he'll take like 3 or 4 notes and compose a whole piece on it. You know the Beethoven's Fifth. Bum 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 bum. These 4 notes here, 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 these 4 notes here. And that whole piece is based on those 4 notes. Well, in this particular piece, the Tempest, you'll hear the same thing. Da-da-da-dun, 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 da-da-da-dun. Those 4 notes is the entire theme of this particular piece. And the reason why I bring this out is because as you listen to it, you'll kind of pick out what I'm saying, and you'll have a little more depth of what's going on in the music. So, without further ado, may I bring up my son, Jordan Leffler. He's going to play for you the third movement of the Tempest. Let me get this out of here.
So building off of some of the romantic style music, later parts of the romantic, we start getting into a French piece of romantic called Impressionism. And that's where you have a lot of famous artists such as Monet. Like, they all kind of follow this time period, they interact with one another. So it kind of has this play off of colors, off of shimmering light. And I hope you get to hear this. So, Arabesque by Debussy.
recitalists today. Stand up, all our recitalists. Let's give you a round of applause. Bravo! This is our third recital today, and I'm going to keep a secret. Most of the students are Gina. Gina, come on up here. You need to take a bow too. Come on, Gina and Dana. Come on up. Our two fabulous teachers. And this is our third recital today, but I'll give you, because my first two recitals were most of my students, that I'll give you a secret. This was my favorite one. Because of such a variety of talent we had today. We got to see different styles of music. We got to get a little music history today. And so I hope you enjoyed the program we put today. And I want to thank Jordan. Jordan is Naren's teacher. And so he's got to get credit for what you heard Naren play. And of course, and then Shalom, we're very proud of Shalom as well. So let's give a nice round of applause. Tomorrow, your child's going to be a different student. Your child's going to be a different musician, a different person. Because tomorrow, your child's going to have a little more self-esteem in who they are and what they've accomplished today. And so, and I can't thank all of you enough for your support, because without grandmas and grandpas and moms and dads and family and friends, we wouldn't have a community to share this wonderful music and watch our budding musicians come up. And so our goal to your children is to make them lifelong musicians. That's our mission in life. And it's a wonderful job. I get to hear beautiful music and help culminate these things. So I couldn't have found a better career, and we couldn't have found a better community, and we couldn't find a better group of teachers. And I'm just so proud of what we're doing at Darrell Leffler's Academy of Music. Now, before you go, let's get all our young recitalists up here. Let's take a picture up here. You can get a group picture with all the teachers and all the youngsters, and then we'll call it a day. Let's have our little ones in the front, and the big ones like this guy in the middle. You did a nice job. Come on in here. Come on up here, Shanna. Okay, come on up here. Okay. Let's try to squeeze in a little more as much as we can. Can we fit them all in? Can we squeeze in a little more? Can you squeeze in a little more? Come on, squeeze as much as you can. Let's try making 3 rows. Okay, let me make some room over here. All right, I think we can fit them all in. Thank you, everybody. Say, music!
Music!
It's awesome!
It's awesome!
Thank you very much. Bravo. Bravo to all. Good job, everybody. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Miss Dana. Thank you, Shalom. I want to thank Shalom's family. They're the ones who really help us organize this, doing with the live stream and helping us organize this. And of course, the church that's provided us the facilities. Thank you much, everybody.
Thank you. You too. You're really good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just glad I got to, make a lot of the mistakes on the first one. So by the time I played in front of my student, it's not too bad.
That's awesome. Here we go.